Let's look at question number 6. It says Mrs. Williams uses the following recipe for crispy rice treats. She decides to make 2/3 of the recipe. So just thinking about the things we've talked about the rest of these videos, we know that this means times. We're multiplying it by 2/3. Each ingredient is going to get multiplied by 2/3 to come up with our answer. Okay, this happens to be the recipe for the bottom of my Scotcheroos. Then you melt butterscotch chips and chocolate chips and put it on top. And let's say I wanted to make a fourth of it, a fourth of the recipe, or a fourth of the recipe. So that means I would need a fourth of the peanut butter. Okay, so a fourth of the 1 cup of peanut butter. So 1/4 is 1/4. So I need a fourth cup peanut butter. I'm just going to abbreviate here. And my equation will look the same for the corn syrup and the sugar because it's the same amount. And then a fourth of the Rice Krispies. So fourth of the 6 cups of Rice Krispies. So that would be 6/4 of a cup, or that would be the same as 1 2/4, or that would be the same as 1½ cups of Rice Krispies. So what you can say here is my expression, and then here is the amount. Here is my expression, here is the amount. Okay, so hopefully that should give you an idea of how to solve this. So the expressions are, you're multiplying what you're multiplying by, and then you do need to solve and label those parts. You'll have 3 different expressions: an expression for the butter, an expression for the marshmallows, and an expression for the cereal. All right, let's take a look at the second part of this. How many fluid ounces of butter will she use? If you did not get out your measurement conversion chart, you might not have realized that a cup is really 8 fluid ounces of melted butter. Okay, so my favorite pudding recipe calls for 2½ cups of milk. If I only make half the recipe, how many ounces of milk do I need? So first of all, I'm not much like our story. I'm not making the whole recipe, I'm only making half. So half of 2 is 1, half of a half is a fourth. So I only need 1¼ cups milk, but it's asking me about ounces. So every cup is 8 ounces. So this cup is 8 ounces. A fourth of a cup would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 2 ounces. Okay, so I would just need 10 ounces of milk. How could I show that? Well, I could say, this is 8 ounces. I could draw a tape diagram, split it into 4 parts. I need 1 of the 4 parts here. So a fourth of 8 would be 2, 4, 6, 8. So I need this 2 ounces here and this here. I could also say 1¼ of 8. I would get the same answer that I did over here. So think about that as you're converting that butter. Last part of the question says, when the Rice Krispie treats have cooled, Mrs. Williams cuts them into 30 equal pieces. So this is her whole. She's got 30 pieces out of the whole pan. She gives 2/5 of the treats to her son, and she takes the rest to school. How many treats will Mrs. Williams take to school? Use any methods to solve. I saw a lot of good math for this, and I still had to mark it wrong because a lot of people told me how much she gave to her son. The question does not care how much she's giving to her son. It only cares how much she's taking to school. So I've got a similar question here. Mrs. Z cut a pie into 12 pieces. If she eats a third of the pieces now and hides the rest, how many pieces of pie are hidden? Because I don't like to share my pie. So you can see I've got 12 whole pieces. That's the whole pie. I did split my pie into thirds. I am eating this. And I am hiding, I'm just going to write an H for hide, hiding this and this. So I'm eating a third, and that would be 4. But the question doesn't say how many is she eating, it's saying how many am I hiding. So I've got 4 in this box and 4 in this box, 4, 8, 12, because my whole number of pie pieces is 12. And it's asking how many are hidden. So I'm hiding this much, and this much. Ignore that part here. These two boxes. So the answer to my question would be, I'm hiding 8 pieces of pie. Good luck.